No matter where you look on YouTube, creators are always calling games the this of VR. This is Spider-Man in VR, this is Doom in VR, this is Left 4 Dead in VR. And hey, if it works, it works. I'm not gonna knock anyone for that. I mean, I do it too. But the more we keep on saying stuff like this, the more it kinda just makes it clear to me what franchises we truly want in VR. So with that in mind, I figured I'd buckle up and slap together a wish list of games that I personally want to see in VR someday. So if you want to sit there and listen to me scream into the void about VR games that don't even exist, keep on watching. This video was sponsored by KIWI Design and the new clip-on headphones for the Quest 2. They work on both their head straps and a bunch of other ones, and they're just super soft on-ear headphones that work better than the onboard audio. Check them out for yourself using the affiliate link down below. So I was already writing the video for this week, and then I saw this post on Twitter. Guys, Roblox is coming to VR. I can't tell you how excited, how long I've been waiting. Okay, to be completely honest, you guys are gonna judge me. Like, even I'm judging me too. I somehow never knew Roblox was popular, or even a game. I thought Roblox was just like an off-brand of Lego, like Mega Bloks or something. I don't know. I can hear your judging from this far away. I can feel it. Was Roblox 2006. How did I not know this game existed? So the police should be here soon to revoke my gamer license, but let's keep going until then. But with all that said, whether it even means something to me, Roblox is huge, and it's gonna shine a way brighter light on VR as a result. We've already got Skyrim and Fallout in VR, which are big reasons for people to hop in already. We've got a VR remake of Bulletstorm later this year, Assassin's Creed Nexus, Attack on Titan, Stranger Things. So to all you big name studios out there with huge IPs and franchises that have been waiting for the time to hop into VR, this is it. We had a few companies hop into VR right away, right as soon as it launched a few years back, but then they saw no returns on investment soon enough, then abandoned the effort. But back then it was way too expensive to be widely accessible yet. Now, for the price of a cheap laptop, you can get a full standalone virtual reality device without the need for base stations. You spend a little extra money for a used PC or something, and then you can have access to an entire Steam VR library. It's crazy. But anyway, the reason we're here is to rattle off a silly little wish list, so let's go into detail about what we're kind of looking for here. These are games that mostly have full physics interaction built into the game already, so it should theoretically be easier to make a VR game where you can interact with the world around you without having to change much. Emphasis on the theoretically because I am not a professional. And before you comment down below, I understand Vorpex and some mods already exist, but so few of them have full motion controls, 6-off head movement, and room scale walking. If you enjoy them, that's fine, that's great, but this is my video, so it's my rules. If you don't know, Crysis was a huge step forward in time for gaming back in 2007, so much so that hardly any computers at the time could run the damn thing. Oh, hello. Like, imagine if a game came out today with an RTX 3090 as the minimum spec. That was kind of what we were dealing with back then. This game lets you roleplay a super soldier with different armor abilities at the touch of a button, features full physics interaction with destructible buildings that you can pummel with your fist. Like, imagine doing this in VR with your actual angry monkey hands. Oh! I collapsed the building on me. And hey, fans of Breachers, look at this. Familiar, right? Crysis actually did it first, so we could totally just take what Breachers did and put it into a VR port for this game. All the abilities for speed, strength, cloaking, and armor could just be made into a touch panel on your forearm that you tap with your index finger, or heck, a big part of the game is when your armor says maximum armor. So what if they added an option for voice commands? Imagine actually saying out loud, cloak engaged, and then turning invisible like you just cast a spell. Speech recognition is getting pretty good, like that could actually be a really cool thing. Oh, imagine this in VR. Like, come on, man. Imagine this was the start to a VR game. It's 360. Here we go. This game also lets you just pick up the animals and eat them into oblivion, so...
Look at all those chickens!
Yeah, I'm gonna get demonetized. Most Halo games have a full physics engine built into the game already, so in my humble, non-game designer entitled mind, it stands to reason that it might be easier to make a VR version of these. I mean, the chunkier bean on YouTube already made a proof of concept VR demo showing this off. Like, look at this. Imagine wrenching your neck back in real life and seeing the Halo ring all around you up and down in the sky. Someone already made a Halo mod for Half-Life Alyx based on the map Orbital as like a little mini campaign, and heck, the main reason I hop into Contractors now is just to play the Halo mods. I mean, just imagine a Warthog run in VR. Come on, I need that in my life. That'd be so cool. Oh my god, this game, I need this. Before you tell me, I know Return to Rapture exists in Half-Life Alyx. I made a whole video about that basically, but it's still not truly Bioshock in VR. It's a little janky, it's not the same story, and even with full written instructions, people still can't seem to install it correctly. I made a whole tutorial in case you need it, by the way. Just imagine picking up a plasmid in VR and injecting it into your wrist like the superpowered drug addict you secretly want to be. Bioshock already got a remastered version, but a VR port? Man, that would ruin me. It would ruin me. Now, I know Borderlands 2 is in VR, but apparently it's broken as hell and doesn't even have multiplayer. When I say Borderlands, I think of multiplayer. Tell me what you think, but for me, half of the fun of Borderlands is just screwing around in multiplayer and boosting your friends while fighting for some loot. They say they took it out because they wanted to add bullet time as a feature and didn't want that to interfere, but why not just disable that when you enter multiplayer? Sounds to me like they just made half a Borderlands game. I don't know. Either way, I feel like they should give it another go, but put the first game into VR. If they were to do it right and actually have multiplayer, it could be one of the best co-op VR experiences we could ever have. Counter-Strike, Portal, TF2, Left 4 Dead, the fact that these aren't in VR is crazy to me. Valve apparently was working on Portal VR a long time ago, but reportedly stopped production on it since people were getting sick during testing. But now we have games like Sirento, Boneworks, Battle Talent, and then Hellsweeper coming out soon, so I think it's safe to say that we can make games that appeal to people who are more used to VR. I mean, look at the evolution of gaming over the years. FPS games used to be slow as hell because controlling a video game in a first-person view was so new to people. Today's adults have been around FPS games their entire lives, so every single FPS title is super fast-paced and reliant on crazy reaction times. I think it's safe to say we'll get there with VR motion sickness too. Well, eventually. You told us the friendship cube is our friend, so let us, give it a hug for once. Come on, Valve. You have it. We want it. Just release it. People just put a warning that this game might make you motion sick. That's all. That's all we need. So that's pretty much it for the video. Are there any games or franchises that you want to see in VR? Let me know. I mentioned it in a community post earlier this week, but I've got a bunch of things changing in my life right now, so uploads are going to be a little scattered for the next few weeks while I get that all sorted out. I appreciate you guys a ton, so many of you here still watching, thank you. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.
Insta-kill. Oh, fuck. How I instantly died.